Now available in paperback and Kindle, All About Marilyn. Learn all about the struggles of a faded former teen sitcom star in this absolutely fabulous 5-star screenplay. Get All About Marilyn in paperback and Kindle on Amazon.com today. There's a small contingent of black males who get upset over the fact that I don't have a girlfriend. And they remind me a lot of the males who used to bully me in junior high school and high school over the fact that I didn't have a girlfriend. Now, what these black males don't really understand is that I have been observing many of these women out here, and the reason why I am not interested in getting involved with these women is because I already knew how she was getting down ever since she was a girl. Now, many of these guys want to just say that it's just black women who get down really dirty, but I have seen many of these Puerto Rican, Dominican, West Indian, and even some of these Asian women getting down ratchet, and many of these black males, they don't want to look at these women critically because they want to buy into arguments that other women of other races are better. However, I have seen ever since I was 12 years old how many of these girls got down, and since I know how they get down with guys, I know I want to get away from them because their character is seriously flawed. Because if you have a female who at 12 years old is participating in unethical behavior, then you cannot trust that girl to be someone you want to have a relationship with later as a woman. Because if she's already out here doing dirt as young as 12 years old, then how can you go out here and build a relationship with her when she gets older? That's something many black males don't want to understand. But from my life experience, seeing her getting down with these dudes at 12 years old, I already know that I need to leave her alone. Because growing up in the South Bronx at 12 years old and seeing these girls out here from my junior high school getting with guys who were 17, 18, 20 years old, and even adult men who were 21 and even sometimes 25 years old, I already know that this girl has serious issues because she's out here getting involved with these older men in some cases, and we already have problems. So this girl already is going to have issues from minute one. So if she's getting with these older guys already, I really look at it as, okay, this person already is going in with baggage, so there's no way I can build a relationship with this woman because she's already messed up from minute one. And as these girls get involved with these older guys, what they do is they get involved with them, and they're not getting involved with quality men, as some people would say. No, they're not getting involved with quality guys. No, a lot of times they're getting involved with shady dudes who are into criminal enterprises like drug dealing, or they're into gangbangers. So I already know that this girl is deeply troubled because she's picking these bottom feeder men due to the fact that she has low self-esteem and she's desperately crying for help, looking for attention from her parents, but her parents aren't listening because they already have their own man. So this further compounds the deep dysfunction that many of these women have. They already have deep dysfunction because they're not getting their needs met by their parents, and they're out here getting involved with these older men. And as they get involved with these older men, they are thinking that, oh, I'm in this relationship. This guy is really, they're not even interested in the guy. What they're interested in is the social currency that the guy will give them on the street. And they want to be the cool girl who is seen by everybody with the neighborhood dope man, the neighborhood thug. They want to be with that guy. And again, it just shows how deeply damaged that girl was back at 12 and 13 years old. And as these girls go out here and get in their adolescence, they go out here and get with these guys. And as they're getting with these guys, they are trading their bodies in exchange for social currency. and some of them are even trading their bodies for something as simple as a tray of shrimp fried rice and chicken wings, a two-piece chicken dinner, or a couple of burgers at McDonald's. That's how little self-esteem and self-worth some of these females have, and they will never tell you about the stuff that they've done inside of the staircase of the projects or behind the back of the Arab-owned grocery store, and they won't also tell you about the stuff that they did as they went to one of these guys' houses, how some of them have gone out here and let these guys go out here and run trains on them. No, these are the skeleton bones. They will not. They will leave in the graveyard, and the only people who know about this are her, the dudes that she went out here and bent over for, and sometimes the occasional girlfriend she brags about this stuff to at the lunch table. Sometimes they will go out here and say these kind of things at the lunch table or at the office in the break room, or even they will say it on the train, but they say that in private where they think nobody hears them. But I have sat down and heard them having these conversations, and when I hear those conversations back when I was 12 years old, I already understood that a lot of these females were not somebody I would want to have a relationship with, because this woman or this girl was already messed up. So there's nothing I can do with this girl. Now, when I was 12 years old, my main focus was Saturday morning cartoons and comic books, but there were guys who wanted to continue to harass me over the fact that I didn't have a girlfriend, and I had to deal with this for my junior high school years. And I just looked at it and said there's something wrong with these kind of people. And I say that there was something wrong because, again, a 12 or a 13-year-old should be into comic books. They should be into science fiction and fantasy, or they should be into things like talking about WrestleMania. They shouldn't be thinking about whether they want a girlfriend or not. I mean, that thing will happen organically. But when you have black males, they get caught up in relationships. And again, the main reason is because many of these black males come from single mother households, and their mama's main focus was men. And because their mama's main focus was men, their main focus was women. And they think that getting sex is the way to gain social currency. And they also think it's a way to graduate into manhood, not understanding that the road to manhood is through the Most High and becoming a servant and a steward that meets his standard. That's something many of the black boys I grew up with didn't understand back in the 1980s, and this is what many of the black men don't understand today. And many of these males, they don't really understand that many of the females that they were trying to go out here and get with, many of these women, again, they're deeply damaged due to many of the experiences that they have had. And again, they will go out here and try to force something to work. And the main reason why they want to force a relationship to work is due to peer pressure. They mainly want to have a relationship because they want to be socially accepted, and they get upset because they can't get the social acceptance that they want from having a woman. But what they don't understand is the woman you want to try to force things with was already damaged before she was even turned 18. Many of these girls were messed up already, and this was something I saw back as far as 12 years old. And when I turned 16 years old, I realized there was nothing else I could do as related to that situation, and that's one of the reasons why I walked away from trying to pursue relationships with girls, because I already saw that this female was already completely damaged, and I had to look out for my own safety, because during the late 80s with the crack epidemic, we had a lot of these beta males out here, and these beta males, these guys, they would not think critically, and these females would crap test them and send them out here to go want to fight somebody or go shoot somebody. So it just wasn't worth the time to get involved with anyone, because I never knew who she got involved with, because A lot of these girls, when they were young, they get involved with these pookie and criminal types, and you have to really take a critical look at that. If she's involved with that kind of company, that already tells you who she's a reflection of. And that's something I came to understand when I was 16 years old. I understood, okay, this is who she wants as her reflection, so I need to accept that this is a reflection of her, and I need to leave these females to that reflection. Now, you'll have some black males out here who will say, oh, it was just black women. No, when in my neighborhood, I saw Puerto Rican women getting involved with these guys, Dominican women getting involved with these guys, Caribbean women getting involved with these guys. All of them were getting involved with these guys because, one, these guys represent social currency. Two, they performed a form of pseudo-protection because they were either thugs or dope dealers or in a gang. And three, they got involved with these guys because they wanted to rebel against their parents and they wanted to get attention from their parents. So if I already see that this female is already dysfunctional and damaged and not looking to build anything or capable of being able to build with, I am not going to get involved with that woman. That's what any critical thinking man is going to sit there and say. He's going to say, okay, I already see that the females here are absolutely broken, absolutely damaged, absolutely in ruins. And since I see that this female is already broken, I need to go out here and leave her alone, and I need to focus on myself. This is something that black males don't really understand. They don't understand about self-preservation. They're so caught up in trying to gain favor with other men. They don't understand that there are more important intangibles that are more important than having a woman on your arm. And those include your respect, number one, because without your respect, you have nothing. Two is your dignity, because without your dignity, you don't understand your value as a man. And three is your self-worth, understanding that you are valuable. These are things that many black males don't understand, but these were things that my mother taught me. And as she taught me these things, I then looked to the Bible and I started my relationship with the Most High. And I gave my life to the Most High at 16 years old because I realized that there was nothing to live for in that world system as related to everything. Because when the Most High told me at 16 that I was not ready for relationships, at first I disagreed with him, but then I realized he was absolutely right, because if you don't understand that this woman is damaged, then you don't understand that there's no way you can help these girls at all, because she's been damaged ever since she was about 11 or 12 years old, because she grew up in a toxic environment. And what the black male thinks is that he can go out here and leave the toxic environment, not ever addressing his own unresolved issues that are leading him to pursue these relationships with these toxic women. Because the reason why all of his relationships are failing are due to the dysfunctional way he was raised in a single mother household, and he's still trying to have relationships like the way mom has, not understanding that the model he has is completely messed up. And the whole thing is he's looking to be a man, and he thinks he can be a man with a woman outside of his community. But the problem is that everywhere he goes, he's still the same guy, and he participates in the same dysfunction, because he doesn't understand a relationship is not something you have for other people. No, a relationship is something you have with that person. And that's something it took me years to understand, because people and bullying, they wanted me to have this girlfriend. But again, you don't have a girlfriend for other people. No, you have a relationship because you want to be involved with that person, because your relationship is about you and the other person. It is not about you getting people off your back, getting the approval of others. No, that's giving power to other people. And you don't get into a relationship unless you and that woman want to do that. And a man is only supposed to get involved with a woman if she wants to be a helpmeet to him. Does she want to help make his life better? It's not about what he can go out here and get with other people. It's about what he can share with the other person. And again, at 12 years old, I didn't understand these things. All I got was threats, harassment, intimidation. And again, that's not a healthy way to have a relationship, and that's not a healthy foundation for building a relationship. And again, I understand how this girl got down. I understand that she is damaged, and I understand that I can't build a healthy relationship with an unhealthy person. And again, I've understood this since I was 16 years old, but many black males, they go, "Oh, you don't want a girl," but I'm like, no, I already know how messed up she is. I already know that she just went out here and gave her virginity to a 21-year-old man at 12 years old. And I understand that she has been put on a bad road by a perverted grown man who knows better, but is taking advantage of a young girl instead of trying to go out here and teach that girl. We really shouldn't even be involved with that girl, as I see it, because that's what they were doing back in the 80s. But as I see it, you should not even be involved with anyone. I mean, a girl should have been playing with her dolls, but a lot of girls, they think that they're so mature, but they aren't mature. No, they're just dysfunctional. And I saw the dysfunction back at 12 years old, just like David Carroll talks about that dysfunction. But I saw that dysfunction firsthand, and also I just looked at it and said, okay, there's something wrong here. Because I remember one incident when I was 13 years old. It was just before I graduated junior high school. I mean, I was in the yard one day, and this girl who I never knew out of nowhere comes up to me and asked me if I want to get in the sheets with her. And I looked at her and I was shocked, because it's just not something any girl who is healthy would say in front of other boys while you're sitting there waiting to go back to class. You wouldn't say that in front of somebody unless something is wrong with you. But a lot of the guys got mad at me when I turned her down, but I turned her down because I knew something was wrong with this girl at 13 years old. But these black males, they sit there and all they're thinking about is getting access to the box, not thinking about whether there's something wrong here with this female. Because if a 13-year-old girl is stepping to a 13-year-old boy in a group of boys and talking about how she wants to get in the sheets with you, there's something wrong with that girl. And any rational, critical thinking boy is going to say, look, if you're going to talk to me like this in front of people, clearly you've been molested or something has happened to you. And that's something that, again, many black males, they would sit there and say, oh, you got a chance at some of this atomic waste. But I looked at the bigger picture even back then and saying something is wrong, because there's got to be something wrong with a girl who does this. And again, I know how these girls got down back when I was a teenager, and if I know how they get down, then I don't want to get with them, because if she'll go out here and deal with this older guy who's a criminal, or she'll make a proposal that's just perverted in front of a group of people, there's something wrong with this girl that really you'll start to see later when she becomes a woman, because her road to womanhood was a road filled with dysfunction. And this is something many black men don't want to look at, because all they think about is getting social currency and using a woman's body to get to social currency. They don't want a deeper relationship. All they want her to do is drop the skid mark jockey draws, or as in today, the skid mark thong. They get their atomic waste, and they don't understand that this person becomes even more deeply damaged. So there's no way you can have a relationship with that kind of person. And since I can't have that kind of relationship with a person, I would rather leave them alone, because if they're getting down like this and I want to go on the road to the Most High, then if I want to stay on the road to the Most High, I have to get off that wide road of dysfunction and stay on the road with the Most High. So that's what I've been trying to do ever since I was 16 years old, staying on the road with the Most High, because I already know how these females get down, and you can't have a relationship with a female who is wicked, because if she's wicked, she's already gone, and there's no saving her outside of her going out here and repenting from her wicked ways and giving her life to the Most High. So If you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, and my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. And if you want to pick up some of my men's issues books and my upcoming book, The Woman Crisis, you can find all those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them on Smashwords, the iBook Store, and Google Play. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, All About Nikki, A Fabulous First Season. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air meets Clueless in this absolutely fabulous African-American 1990s teen sitcom. Get all 13 episodes of All About Nikki, The Fabulous First Season in paperback and e-readers today.